to the cage. Please welcome first, making their way to the red corner, Maxwell Souza.
Here we go. Here we go.
The pro fights, ladies and gentlemen. Pierre versus Maxwell Souza.
I'm buzzing for this fight because I've been following Pierre for a while on social media because he's a great grappler, right? And you were telling me some stuff earlier, Paul, about his return back to the octagon and what he's been doing, and I think he's got a fantastic story, bro.
Yeah. Well, Maxwell Souza, you know, he's 2-3. He's fighting out of Tijuana, top team in Brazil. Or Tijuana. You know what? My Brazilian pronunciation isn't the best, so
Probably
my
better than mine,
apologies
mate.
to the listeners out there. He's 37. He lost a couple of years ago, and he lost to Ibrahimov, you know, who's gone on to be one of the PFL's biggest prospects.
Yeah, I mean, losing to Ibrahimov's not really like something to worry.
No,
like,
of
you know,
course,
he's a big.
Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, Souza's very well rounded. You know, the 2 wins that he's got has come from knockout and an armbar. So you know that he's got it all.
Bit of everything, then, yeah. Do you know what, man? Like, I'm thoroughly impressed the fact like how many pro fights we've got on this card to what we've had on Kingdom before.
Yeah, it's the most amount.
Yeah, like we've got some great fighters on. I know I always say this, but I'm really looking forward to seeing like the difference in rules changes for MMA, because you've got like in pro now you've got the 12-6 elbow, which you didn't have before.
Yeah.
And obviously like
and the grounded opponent
rule. So like with the 5-minute fights, it opens up to a different kind of story, right? A lot more can happen in 5 minutes. It's literally nearly twice as long as an amateur round.
I always love seeing, you know, one thing that I love about Kingdom as well is, right, we're seeing such a diverse amount of fighters from all over the country, all over the world, coming to, knowing that Kingdom is the promotion to come on to fight. But Pierre, man, you know, before his hiatus, he was one of the best amateurs in the country, 8-1, 6 finishes. He's 1-0 as a pro. He's since had a very, you know, tough few years. In the time that he's been out, he had to take some time away to, unfortunately, look after his girlfriend, who sadly got cancer and unfortunately ended up passing away. And you know that takes a toll on you when you look after someone. And you know he also broke his collarbone. But one thing that he's never done is he's never stopped leaving the gym. You know, he's since moved to sub-zone. He's gone from purple to black belt in that time. So his head wasn't necessarily in fighting, but he was always in the gym. And, you know, although his striking is absolute mustard, you know, serious power, it'd be really interesting to see how his game has evolved from that to now being with Cam at sub-zone and blending in his fantastic jiu-jitsu and wrestling. And ultimately, you know, this is going to be a massive fight for him because it's, you know, so much has happened since his last fight, right? So it's about dealing with those emotions and enjoying the moment, you know, and just being ready to put on the performance of a lifetime.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes time away from the cage, if people are still in the gym, they come back a different fighter because they've been able to, rather than worry about going fight to fight, they can concentrate on themselves, concentrate on their development mentally and physically, and they can download so much more information because there's not the pressure of an upcoming fight.
Empire Combat Pass and powered by Pound for Pound and Flux, where Kingdom Combat Championship proudly presents 3 5-minute rounds of 70-kilogram pro MMA action. Our referee in charge is Simon Small. Introducing our first fighter, fighting out of the red corner, representing Shootbox Brazil, Maxwell Souza. And please welcome his opponent facing him across the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, representing Sub-Zone Fight Academy, Pierre.
Massive fight for Pierre and a big return also for Maxwell Souza. He's got an opportunity to silence the crowd in Manchester. Our first pro fight of the evening. Aaron Pierre versus Maxwell Souza. Nice.
Souza
kick.
wasted no time on that calf kick. We've seen a lot of calf kicking tonight.
I mean, it's such a great kick, right?
It is. It's because it's incredibly difficult to check. Question mark kick there from Souza.
Aaron, is being very calm in his approach, which is good. Oh, big exchange from Maxwell.
Beautiful check up there from Souza. It might play into the hands of Souza as well, having been a bit more active in MMA recently than Pierre. But Pierre's got no reason to rush, has he? He can just take his time, ease into this fight. Like, he had a good amateur record, right? 8-1.
Yeah.
Fantastic experience in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and grappling tournaments. He's got a wealth of knowledge of tournaments more as of late than MMA fights, so it's not like he's not been competing.
Exactly. It is different though, MMA, right? It's a different emotion.
It is a different atmosphere. I mean, when you're at a tournament, you're not getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
I think that's the big one.
Immediately you can sense the pace of this is different. Being a 5-minute round.
Yeah,
there's less of a rush to get your work in those 3 minutes. You've got those extra 2 minutes.
Also, there's a lot when it comes to these 5-minute rounds. There's a lot more at stake. You can turn around faster, but if
beautiful takedown.
I was going to say, if you end up in this position like Souza on the bottom, you've got longer to work in the grappling, but it's also a lot to carry for 5 minutes. Pierre doing a beautiful job there of timing the level change underneath the strikes of Souza. It's something we've seen from sub-zone guys twice already, right, tonight. Draw out their hands, go underneath, connect their hands, get head inside from guard, start piling some pressure on from there. Pierre's done a good job of bringing his man to his corner as well. Elbows from both sides. Pierre with that first 12-6 elbow of the evening. He just couldn't resist himself then, could he?
Dan was saying that he'd like to see the 12-6 elbows in the guard as well.
He did say that earlier. It's a perfect opportunity to generate force through the middle. Pierre looking to get that right arm free.
The elbows make such a big difference in professional fights.
Absolutely, and the thing that people need to remember about elbows as well is they open up cuts, and if you get a cut open in the first round, it's going to be something the referee's going to look at for a long time. Elbows stop fights more for cuts than knockouts, right?
Beautiful ground and pound here from Aaron Pierre.
Stunning ground and pound. Great control of the hips as well. There's gathering the hips there as Souza. Souza using his butterflies. But
beautiful work here, right in front of the cage. Right in front of his corner, sorry.
Souza's doing a good job of keeping Pierre's posture broken for a little bit, but then once Pierre breaks off, he wastes no time throwing in the elbows. A lot of these elbows are bouncing off the arms of Souza, but still. Another. That one landed. Souza looking for the armbar. He's trying to walk his hips. Pierre doing all the right things, lining his hips up. The thing is, man, when you've got high-level grapplers on the ground, you can't ever let the bottom person's hips get too much of an angle on your top person, because that's when you get hit with the triangles, that's when you get hit with the knee bars, that's when you get hit with the arm bars, that's when you get hit with the omoplata sweeps, things like that. You've got to constantly keep your hips in line. And Pierre's doing a fantastic job of that right now. And he's so physically imposing too, right? The man's a ball of muscle. His blood type is amino acids. The guy's jacked. They get that near side hook in.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, big palm of fist there.
30 seconds
controlling that
round.
far wrist as well. Looking to hit underneath the arm. Pierre just taking his time. Absolutely no rush. He's got 30 seconds left on this round. He's literally no rush at this point. Oh, he's on the neck. He's going for it. There's less than half a minute left.
Great corner in there from Cam.
Yeah, Souza just giving a little smile. He's not phased. He's all good. Pierre's taking it. He's trying to smash that, but he's getting flying down.
A big ground and pound here from Aaron Pierre. to end this first round.
Souza's cool. He's just having a minute.
I love a bit of cheekiness.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the corner there. Souza saying, got 20 seconds left. Hit him in the face. Souza knew that. He hit that. He's just chilling. The famous shooter box flag there on the jacket of his coach. Shooter box known for putting out ferocious fighters. Had a real big heyday in the 2000s, especially in Pride. Had some great fights in the UFC since. Like my all-time favourite fighter, Shogun, was a shooter box fighter.
Who's this cornerman? He looks very familiar.
He does, mate, but like, I've got terrible memory for names. Like I'm absolutely awful.
We're in a fight. We're in a game where short-term memory doesn't come along all the time.
I'm not very good at names.
I'm sure he's a UFC fighter.
You'll have to ask him when we're done, Paul. It's not the time to Google it, is it?
No. The second round is upon us.
Here we go. I'm expecting more of the same from Pierre. I think Souza's probably going to try and keep his distance a little bit more.
I think the first couple of minutes as well for Aaron was kind of clearing the cobwebs of the pressure of the first fight in a while, and we saw him really get into it. And
beautiful outside trip on that
entry.
double, yeah. The thing is as well, when you've had so much time off fighting, you need them couple of minutes just to go by. You don't want to. Everyone's worst nightmare of having a break is get knocked out in the first 5 seconds.
And look at the difference. He had a much slower first round, getting to the takedown, and no messing around the second round. He's gone straight to it.
Yeah, Pierre doing a good job of clearing that hook. Souza on the leg.
Oh.
But Pierre's doing all the right things. He's sprawling on the hips. He's collapsing the hips. Heavy pressure, blocking the hips. Guys, it's all about the hips, right? Shakira had it right. Hips don't lie. When it comes to fighting, it's all about controlling the other person's hips because that's their power base, right? That's where they generate force. But Pierre doing a good job again. They're just peppering shots. Just every shot scores, every shot accumulates.
Beautiful ground and pound here from Aaron Pierre.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, we're in the 4-ounce gloves now, so all the fights you've watched so far have been in 7 or 8 ounce amateur fight gloves. These are professional fight gloves. They're 4 ounces, half the weight. They're also a lot sharper on the sides. Referee caught the red corner gripping the cage there.
Good ground and pound. I mean, this is a fantastic position here.
Yeah, Pierre's got that Dagestani handcuff, and I've rinsed Cam's instructional on how to get this position, and I teach it my guys, and I use it myself when I'm sparring. And
well, I mean, this is 3 minutes.
Sorry, Paul, but
no, but you're completely right.
It's a fantastic position to be in for the top player because you're almost rendered unable to move on the bottom, and it just opens up the strikes on that open side. Top half guard.
Aaron's still got 3 minutes of this round, and he's landed some great damage already. Maxwell can't just accept being on bottom, and he is working to try to get up, but it's not looking good for him in the second round so far. Fantastic strikes here.
Referee's paying close attention.
And he's giving away his back.
He is.
And he could get flattened out here.
I think this might be a little bit of a trick, though, to be honest with you. I think Souza needs to start defending them hammer fists because, like I say, the referee is watching this fight quite closely at this point. Pierre's got 2 hooks in.
He flattens him out. And this could be the beginning of the end.
Could be.
Aaron Pierre
referee waves it off.
Wins.
There we go.
After 5 years out of the game, he comes back with another finish. Fantastic performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a big round of applause for both of our fighters. Your winner by TKO after 2 minutes and 42 seconds of round number 2, and fighting out of the blue corner, Pierre. Ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for Maxwell and Souza.
I'm here with your winner, Pierre. Aaron, you had a long layoff, and I wanted to just kind of give you the opportunity to use the mic. I know you've had a tough few years, and what's it like to come back after so long and what you've been on?
Feels like I never left. Yeah, it feels good to get back in here. It's been 5 years, but I've never stopped training. I know I'm a lot better than I was last time I fought, so just getting that rust out of the way and putting on a good show. And, thanks to everyone for coming.
You put on a great performance, another finish to add to your record, and like I said, this is the first fight that you've had with subs on. What's it been like to change gym and work with them?
Oh, it's another level, like training with cage warriors, UFC fighters, the coaching, all my training partners, high level, so came in with much more confidence this time and feel good.
Well, that was a fantastic way to return after a long layoff. Have you got your eye on someone next, or what you want to do next?
Get some nice food and then I'll decide after that.
Aaron Pierre, everybody.